Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today we are working on a little loft in the world of Windenburg. It's a, I believe 20 by 20 is the cottage MC lot, which is one of my favorite lots in Windenburg. And it's, yes, a 20 by 20. And I built a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house on this lot for a digital artist. So I imagine that the person that lives here, they do digital art, surprisingly. So they have their own little office. I mean, it's not really a job that you can do in the game, but you could, I don't know, maybe be like a computer whiz or kind of work within that field to kind of be able to work from home in that sort of category. So that was kind of what I had in mind. I was actually inspired for the color palette and for the bedroom specifically by a build that Miss Griffey did a couple of weeks ago. They used the tapestry from High School Years, which has a mandala on it, and they used that behind the bed, and I absolutely loved it. So I decided to do something similar with it. So you'll see that because the bed is like on the loft, which is upstairs obviously since it's a loft. You can see I just created it here. Sorry for my English. This week I've been teaching at my old grammar school, and I don't know, I feel like I've forgotten English altogether. Never mind. So now I'm just finishing up the floor plan, and I think we're going to move on to the exterior to work on the exterior. I really like this combo of this like dark blue and the dark brown wood. I've been obsessed with dark color schemes. I think I've talked about it in my previous videos that I just love dark color schemes when it comes to like autumn and winter builds. I don't know, I just can't help myself. It just kind of comes out naturally. And it's just hard for me to make lighter color palettes work, even though I have one lighter build coming, I think in 2 weeks. It's a huge family home in Burnton Bay that I did as a commission for a follower of mine on Twitter, and that's very light because they wanted a very light color scheme for it with like this like Hamptons vibe to the home, and yes, so it's very light. So as I said, the build is on a 20 by 20 in Windenburg, and it comes in at 55,900 simoleons, and it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. I don't think it fit much more, even though the home office could potentially be turned into a 2nd bedroom, but yeah, that's up to you. Or you could also kind of close off the lofted space and add a room upstairs as well if you wanted to, but you'd have to kind of figure out the placement of stairs because I only placed a ladder here. So yeah, I mean, if you want to use the shell, you could kind of customize it on the inside for your personal needs. If my voice sounds a little bit weird, that's because it does. I have been sick. I'm not sure if I caught something from the students at school or if I caught it from my brother, but yes, I've been sick, but it's much better now. I've been I think the worst day was like Wednesday. I could barely talk without like having a cough, like series of cough or like couple of minutes of coughing. So yes, it's better now, but you can still hear it on my voice. At least I think you can. Anyway, so we were working on the landscaping. I used this beautiful purple flower bed from High School Years. I don't think I've used it before. Maybe I used it when I built in Copperdale, but I haven't used it outside of it, and I really liked the way it complemented the dark blue that I chose for the wallpaper. I also want to talk about the new pack that we're getting, the For Rent expansion pack. I am so excited. Well, I'm excited, but I'm also quite nervous because I'm not a big fan of like big builds. And if you want to have multiple units, you usually need bigger builds. So I think I'm going to try and keep my builds on the smaller side because I'm just not a fan of like huge builds. I remember doing my 4 townhouses, which are going to be now functional with the build, which is really cool. But doing my 4 townhouses that I did in San Sequoia, I love how they turned out, but oh my god, it was a big job. I don't like working on big builds because I get bored of them. Okay, so it took a lot of will to finish the 4 townhouses. So I'm not sure how many like bigger builds I'm actually gonna work on because I just don't like working on them very much. Anyway, we are working on the kitchen. I initially tried to place a bigger table, but that was not possible with the layout I went for, so I ended up going for a smaller table. This one is, I believe, from Snowy Escape, and I also used the counters and cabinets from Dream Home Decorator because I love them and I use them all the time. And I also used the new appliances from the Home Chef Hustle. We have so many packs that it's so freaking hard to remember all the names by now. And so yeah, I might, make mistakes sometimes because there is so many of them. It's really hard to keep track. So yeah, I used the appliances from the Home Chef Hustle pack, and I really like them. I'm just obsessed with them. I use them all the time these days, and they're just so beautiful and modern, and how the fridge fits in with other like cabinets is just amazing. I'm over the moon. Anyway, I've been obsessed with watching Young Sheldon on Netflix. Do any of you actually watch the show as well? Because I genuinely love it. I've made my way through almost 5 seasons now, which is just one season before it ends, or it's like where the series is at that moment, and at this moment, and I love it. I'm obsessed. I've been, it's been going for a while. I love Big Bang Theory. I watched that like 2 times now. I think I just have my comfort shows that I rewatch. Okay, so one of them is Big Bang Theory, as well as Friends, or yeah, those are the 2 that I already rewatched. I also love How I Met Your Mother, that I'm going to be rewatching soon. But yes, the point was that I wanted to watch Young Sheldon, but I remember trying it a couple of years ago, and I wasn't really sold on it. So I was like, you know what, I can come back to it. And yeah, now I've come back to it, and I'm obsessed. Like, genuinely, I don't think I have ever watched something this quickly as I am watching this, because the shows or like the episodes are very short. It's like 20-minute episodes, so I can watch like maybe 5 to 8 during one evening, because that's just the way it can be when I'm watching for like a couple of hours in the evening. So yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed. Let's go back to the build now. I was so excited that I got to use this plant from Eco Lifestyle because it's such a beautiful plant, but it's not very versatile and not very, it doesn't really fit in a lot of spaces because it clips into the wall, so you have to have quite a bit of space around it, and yeah, so I just don't use it as much as I would love to, which is a shame, because it's really a gorgeous plant. Yeah, I just spent a couple of minutes talking about the plant. So I initially placed a bookcase here when I'm placing the cat bed, and I forgot to mention that this is also a place for, a 2 Sims and potentially a cat if you want to, because I did place cat stuff. I did place a litter box in the bathroom, which is the important thing, because I tend to forget that, and then I'm like, you know what, this is a space for a dog, because I did not place litter box, but I did place a litter box this time around. So there is a litter box for the cat, so you can have a cat in here if you want. Yeah. Are you guys excited about the new pack? I'm sorry I'm kind of jumping from one thing to another, but my brain is just all over the place at the moment. I don't know why. Are you excited about the new pack? Are you excited about building like apartments? Because I think it's gonna be like a huge thing in the community, because people seem to be really excited. And I also love the fact that it's like a world that's Asian themed. I would love to see more, you know, like themed, like world themed by other areas other than the US. That was a mouthful. And I'm happy that we are getting a world that's kind of inspired by Thailand. It's fun to get things like that. I mean, yes, the style might not be really my style, but still, it's like with worlds like Tortosa or Mount Komorebi. It's fun to kind of learn about cultures and learn about the different styles that work for them. So here I'm working on the work from home station, office station. As you can see, the room is pretty big, so it could easily be a bedroom if you'd want to turn it into that. So I did a computer station, which is with like a streaming setup, so maybe the artist also streams, so that they, you know, can make some extra money off of their art. And I also used, because I used like a long 3-tile table, I also placed a chair, which is not functional though, but I placed it here, and it's kind of like maybe they draw there. They can't really do that in reality, but I thought it would be a cool detail, I feel like. And they also have like a really nice background behind them when they're sitting at the computer, because there is like a built-in bookcase in there with like a pegboard. I think we got that with Nifty Knitting, I want to say. Yes. So yeah, I've used that here as well. And I think we're gonna move on to the upstairs, because I think we're done down. Oh no, oh yeah, we did the bathroom. So yes, we are going to move on upstairs. And the bedroom upstairs is fairly simple. It's just a bed, I think a dresser, and some decorations, and that's almost everything. And then we're gonna come back to the exterior and do the exterior furnishings. I've been kind of playing with that, if I'm doing the furnishings before the interior or not, but usually I like to do the furnishing outside after I've done the interior, because then I know what kind of style I went for on the inside. So yeah, that's kind of my thought process behind that. I also use the tool mod to scale up the mandala poster and also rotate it so it's like nicely kind of fills up the almost the entire wall. And yes, in the middle of like working on this, I realized I forgot to place the ladder, so I had to move things around a little bit, because I'm glad I remembered, because it could have ended up with a disaster of me not placing a ladder, but I did place it in the end, so at least that's good. I also was playing with the idea of kind of moving the bed to the side, because I could fit other stuff around it, but because I just wanted to have the mandala centered as the headboard, I just decided against that in the end, because it would just look weird if it wasn't centered. And here I am placing the dresser, and I think we're gonna go to the exterior, which is fairly simple. I use a similar style on the outside as on the inside, and yeah, I'm happy with how this build turned out. I love the color scheme, because it's a color scheme that I would personally absolutely love. Like blue and purple and maybe hints of pink. It's my favorite color palette. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and yeah, I hope you like it too, because I've put a lot of effort into this. I'm not sure why, but I have a hard time coming up with things to talk about today. I don't know. I guess we can just, you know, be quiet. No, I don't think it's a good idea, but you know, I've tried. I'm just placing some barbecue area. I used a table and chairs from, guessed it, Dream Home Decorator, because it's my favorite pack and it works here. I also placed a fire pit, which I believe came with Growing Together, with some chairs with again, Dream Home Decorator, and Eco Lifestyle, and these poofs are from Snowy Escape. And I think I'm also going to place a couple of planters. I might have placed a car, but I'm not sure about that. And up here, I'm gonna create a lounge area with the couches, again, from Dream Home Decorator. Yeah, this is like a full-on Dream Home Decorator kind of advert. Could be, because I have used a lot of the items from the pack. I'm just gonna clutter up this table, and I also think I placed an easel up here as well. And yeah, that's almost everything for today's video. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the turf house in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight.